The other Warriors Postgame live. They dropped one in Orlando and had their 3-game winning streak snapped.
Points in the paint.
Points in the paint, Fezzi. Points in the paint, 64-46. Also, Orlando was 20 of 20 from the free throw line in the first half, Gina.
I mean, points in the paint, this is the most amount of paint points that have been scored on the Warriors since that Portland loss. And we remember just how much the athleticism of Portland was a problem. And now we have seen this replicate itself against the Warriors, where they're struggling to stop perimeter, point of attack, blow-bys. And this is going to be a problem that the Warriors have to pay attention to.
18 turnovers for the Warriors. Let's hear from the head coach of those Golden State Warriors, Steve Kerr.
Sharp tonight. We weren't quite sharp enough. I thought we played well in stretches. They played really well. They played fast. I thought the second quarter free throws really factored in. 18 free throws for them in the second. And we just had some plays we didn't convert, some timely turnovers where they scored at the other end. So I love the effort. Guys gave everything they had. A lot of good execution, and then some plays we'd like to have back.
You played Jimmy 38 minutes.
Yeah.
34. It seemed like they were really kind of going after this one.
Yeah.
Do you know yet what that means for tomorrow?
I don't. We got to talk to our performance staff, and we'll determine what we're going to do.
Steve, you said you like the effort in these last few losses, especially without a star player or a top guy on a different team. Is there something you can point to as to why maybe the mental letdown has been there a little bit?
No, it's the NBA. I mean, this is a damn good team we played tonight on their home floor. And so you have to be a little sharper than that. We're going to have to do a better job taking care of the ball. We know that. We had 18 turnovers tonight. It felt like a lot of them came at really key times where the momentum was shifting our way, and then quickly shifted back the other with our turnovers. So that'll be something we're going to harp on and try to correct. But I really love the effort. I like our team a lot. I think we're going to be really good. So we just got to keep plugging away.
Coach, the Warriors championship DNA, you guys have been through the meat grinder, so to speak, over the years. It's early. Just talk about continuing to work through this and just continue to play Warriors basketball.
Yeah. Like I said, we have a good team. We got a lot of depth. We got a great approach. Our players are connected. Chemistry's good, and I thought we got a lot better, to this point on this trip. 5 games with 1 to go, and no practices. But I thought we saw our team come together over this last week, and I'm excited about that.
Steve, when you get to the end of a trip, is it almost solely the performance staff, or how much does player input still factor into whatever?
It's a collaboration for sure, and we've got some guys who are banged up, so we have to make sure we handle things the right way, and that will be determined, here, tonight, tomorrow. We'll see how our guys are doing.
Steve, I don't know how much you watched Anthony Black in time, but what did you think about what he gave them tonight?
Yeah, Anthony's a really good young player. Aggressive. I thought his defense was good, and attacked the rim, got some buckets at the hoop. But yeah, really good young player.
Seems league.
All right, first thing I noticed from Steve Kerr when he was discussing this game to the media, to set it what we said in that first block, they weren't sharp enough tonight. No force defensively. Lackadaisical at times offensively. Didn't play a full 48 minutes tonight. You see the turnovers. It speaks to that. 18 turnovers. Orlando scores 21 points off those turnovers.
Well, yeah, Bonte, one thing I will say about the turnovers, it's a locked in, you have to be focused and locked in on the road. And a little bit more because you're playing in someone else's home turf. The reason why is if you give the ball up, you're letting the other team get easy baskets. They get into rhythm, and they're doing that at home. The crowd gets into the game, and then it's a different battle for your team. I thought the Warriors let the Orlando bring the fight to them. You could see early in the game, like we talked about the Steph 3. Steph hits a 3. They're running back and not really paying attention to the ball. Orlando attacks, I think, 2, 3, 4 times in a row in transition, and this is off of missed shots. There's supposed to be guys back protecting the ball. And as soon as they saw that it was easy to get to the paint, then it was just a track meet after that. They just encouraged them to just keep running the ball up even when they weren't making three-point shots.
We've seen the Warriors, I'm looking right now at the stats, at least 10 times this season 9 times this season allow opponents to get points off turnovers, 20 or more. These are the type of things that, in a win, it's cool. It doesn't matter. You don't quite look at it. But in these type of losses where you were able within 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter to get it within 5, those things stack up. Those, the lapse in errors, the lapse in decision making, those things start to stack up. And that's what the Warriors fell victim to tonight, was their own mistakes earlier in the ball game catching up with them towards the end. And it caused a lot of fatigue. You saw Stephen Curry miss shots and free throws that he typically doesn't miss. You saw the players overall, the Warriors, miss bunnies at the basket that they don't typically miss. And what happens is because all the turnovers, if you're causing the ball to turn over and you got to go on a track meet to go clean things up, you're going to be fatigued on the other side of things on the offensive end.
Steph, 7 of 15 from the three-point line. The rest of the team, 6 of 21. So couldn't find another shooter from the perimeter. But one of those guys, and, I have my stat for you, Fezzi and Zena, Draymond Green. He came out shooting it, right? He was struggling on his road trip with his jump shot at one point, was 4 of 29 from the San Antonio game through the first half of the Pelicans game. But my stat, Fezzi, I got to update it here. It's Draymond Green, 12 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists.
But he hit 2 threes, Bonte. What is the stat when Bonte hits 2 threes? When Draymond hits 2 threes in the game? I don't know about Bonte hitting the 3.
Yeah, I don't know
Draymond
about that
hit 2
either.
threes in the game.
Well, when Draymond Green entering tonight had made 2 threes in the game, Warriors were 152-41. Now they're 152-42.
Okay,
so that winning percentage goes down.
It's important that Draymond takes those shots. I actually thought that in the first half they had something going. It was Draymond, Steph, and Jimmy Butler. Draymond was using that gravity of Steph, right? Jimmy would try to set a screen for Steph, would dive to the basket. Draymond's the guy who's the passer. They kind of iced out the other 2 guys. Whether it was Moses Moody, whether it was, Will Richard, whether it was Brandin Podziemski on the weak side, they cleared those guys out. That worked for a little while. And I thought that worked to Orlando Magic's, I thought it worked to their advantage because those guys were getting buckets. You could see it tonight. Steph had 34, Jimmy had 33, even Draymond was attacking the basket. But Moses Moody, who's been on a tear the past few games, he had 4 points in the first half. These are all the things that you got to watch in the game. Everybody's got to be involved. Assist numbers are down. These are all the things for the Warriors. When you want to play that style of basketball, everybody's got to be involved in the game.
I wish the things that they had done, the Warriors, in the first quarter, had found a way to translate through the other quarters. I mean, the first 2 buckets, first of all, Draymond started 3 of 3. 1 off a drive going to the basket, finishing at the basket, easy lay. And then 2 of his threes, when he went 2 of 2 in that first quarter, came off of drives and kicks. Drives and kicks. This was the thing, getting into the paint, testing out the defense. Yes, Orlando is tall, they're long, they're big, but being able to get into the paint to be able to open things up, that was working. And it also was working when Draymond was able to fake handoffs and get to the basket himself. Why? Because there was over attention being passed on to Stephen Curry, which happens, which we know he's capable of doing. And so you would have wished to see more of that for Draymond later on in the game, but ultimately the Warriors just could not get into the paint.
We love to see an aggressive Draymond, though.
Yeah.
I do.
To see an aggressive,
absolutely.
12 and 6 assists, that type of night, 6 rebounds. Ultimately, when Draymond attacks the paint, that's really good. That's good for the Warriors offense because now he makes the defense pay attention to him. Creates more space for Jimmy. Creates more space for Steph. I think that's important that Draymond keeps doing that. Tonight, the bigs on the Orlando end, they saw this and they were getting to the offensive rebounds. They were doing their part and trying to outplay the Warriors bigs. It just wasn't enough. You got to do more to be able to counter the other players' bigs.
Wendell Carter Jr., 17 points, 12 rebounds. Yeah. Franz Wagner, 18 points and 8 rebounds. They dominated the paint tonight against the smaller Golden State Warriors. And one guy who didn't play a lot tonight, he started the game, and we highlighted him in our pregame show. Will Richards, just 15 minutes and 18 seconds, 6 points on 2 of 2 shooting. Right now, he's talking to the media about this loss.
What it was like?
Yeah, it was special. I mean, coming back to Florida, definitely had some friends, family. Got to see my coaches today from Florida, so it was special being back in Florida and being able to come out here and compete.
Talk about working with guys like Draymond, Steph, And just the NBA experience so far, what it's like for you.
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, working with guys that are going to be Hall of Famers and being able to watch them work every day, see how they carry themselves. It's been very special for me, and I've been taking notes, asking them a lot of questions, so they help make my transition to the NBA a lot easier.
And what's it like to play against Orlando Magic, a team that played here, and you're from Florida, and what was it like to finally be here against the Magic?
Yeah, I mean, they're a good team. They play hard in transition. They're good at drawing fouls and being aggressive and stuff like that, so they're a good team for sure.
The veteran team, the battle machine, how can you fit in? How did you find the process of joining this system?
Yeah, I mean, it's all about making sure I come in there and impact the vets and make everything clean when I'm in the game. I've done a good job of asking questions and making sure I'm on the same page with them since training camp. So when I got my opportunity, I was ready to come in and not slack off or anything like that. So I'll probably say just asking them questions, seeing what they like on the court, what kind of rotations they like defensively, and what they're used to doing, because at the end of the day, I mean, everything flows through them. So I got to come in and make that transition smooth.
What kind of skills do you need to be able to contribute to this team as a rookie?
Yeah, I'll probably say just basketball IQ. It's got to be high playing with those guys. Effort, knowing to make the right plays, the right reads, and stuff like that on offense and defense. So I'll probably just say IQ, and then just coming in with a lot of effort is the main things.
Work for gentlemen who played for Florida, won a national championship, played for the Celtics, won an NBA title. Now you get to work with him with Golden State Warriors. What's that like?
It's been great. I mean, I met Al after our national championship in San Antonio, and he's been doing a great job of kind of taking me under his wing, allowing me to ask him a lot of questions, teaching me the ropes, and how he's had such a long, successful career. So it's been great having a vet like him around.
Will Richard back in Florida, where he won the national championship last season. Of course, a lot of fun for him seeing family and friends. 100 Holloway. Shout out to San Francisco State. It's only Gators I know. Charm City. Take that, Todd Golden. Our Man City Sleep World Highlight Zone. Stephen Curry surpassing Vince Carter. He become number 22 on the all-time scoring list.
Yo, so at the end of Steph's career, are we just going to be measuring everybody to Steph? Like, you got to break Steph's record for everything, 3-point points?
Basically.
That's basically what it feels like in the WNBA side. Candace Parker, every time record, you just surpassed Candace Parker. Like in every category. I feel like Stephen's going to be that person.
Look at Jimmy. I didn't know he had that in him. Why y'all keep talking about Jimmy like he's old around here, man?
Ooh, is it you?
Is it you?
You blaming him? Have you seen what he's done on his road trip?
That's incredible. That's incredible to watch that. Yeah. I mean, Jimmy had 33 points. Steph Curry had 34 and 9. We're talking about Steph like he had a bad game, but 34 and 9, that is a lot.
Right. All-star numbers.
Team, incredible. He's still playing at the incredible level. Obviously, Jimmy trying to will the team, but you need a lot of the guys to show up in this game. We spent a lot of time talking about Will Richard. Mm-hmm. I think this is a good time to get him involved in the games. He is an incredible, shot maker, shot creator. He plays in space, able to rebound. I think moving forward, they got to find a way to get him and Moses started early in the game. We saw the impact of Moses Moody getting started last game in New Orleans. He had 18 points in first quarter. The Warriors really rode that the rest of the game. Mm-hmm. So you got to be able, and it's really important that the role players are able to get into the flow of the game early.
Well, the Warriors are still trying to figure out who is that third player.
Eric Congo.
Tertiary. Okay, yes. Eric Congo, not
tertiary.
Right?
No, I got
exactly.
you, Zena.
Thank you. I was waiting for it. But while Eric Congo is grounded right now, potentially going to be available against Miami, I think it's got to be very simple for the Warriors. Get 10 to 12 out of anyone else. Right? Consistently, 10 to 12 out of 1 to 2 other players, whether that's Will Richard, whether that's Moses Moody, Brandin Podziemski, it doesn't matter. Have that be your goal. Be very simple. I don't think we need to find another person to join Batman and Robin in that way. They just got to be able to find consistent 10 to 12 off the bench somewhere.
Fezzi's happy we got to skip the word of the day. He wasn't ready for a homework assignment.
What you want? Kerfuffle?
I'll tell you how to drive ahead.
Kerfuffle?
You said kerfuffle? What'd you say, Fezzi?
What you want? I got some words in my dictionary too.
I like it.
You did go to Vanderbilt, man. You attended. I don't know if you went to class though. Just play some basketball.
Coach Kevin Stallings did not play that, Bunte. I have to go to class every day.
Well, what if you knew Miami?
Hey,
on the horizon.
Welcome to Miami.
Yeah, we're going to intro a new segment. It's called Sleep on It. That's right. how to secure a happy flight for the Golden State Warriors. Sleep on it here, Fezzy Fell.
Okay, well, while he does that, I think the Warriors, if they want to have a good flight, it's got to be the turnovers. 18 turnovers, 21 points off of that. You can't have that. And then also find a way for more guards. We can hear you.
Yeah, Fezzy, wake up.
We need like a
we need you need sleep masks. Sleep apnea masks. They work.
Exactly. And more rebounds. I mean, this is the second lowest rebounding total that they've had this season. The lowest being at OKC. Understandable. You can't have only 36 rebounds and expect to win match games.
Fezzy, what you got, man? We're still on the clock.
All right, you know who's not going to be slow tomorrow? Is the Miami Heat. They practice every day. Twice a day, actually. That's one of the rare teams that does this. They are going to be at the Warriors the whole time. They watched this game. They saw what the Orlando Magic did. It's a back-to-back, so you're going to try to run them. I think for the Warriors, you got to play your young athletes and you got to make them run. Do all the things that they did to you tonight. Run in transition. Take care of the ball. And, yeah, that's my deal. I'm done.
That's the buzzer. That's the buzzer right there. Well, we know that there's a possibility that Jimmy Butler, Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and Al Horford do not play tomorrow on the back end of a back-to-back. So it could be a lot of youngsters playing. Will Jonathan Kuminga make his return tomorrow after missing 3 consecutive games with bilateral tendinitis? Warriors, they slip up tonight in Orlando. Their 3-game winning streak snapped.
Welcome to Miami.
And they fall to 3-2 on this road trip. And